Brad Williams, XL Primes. What's the original principal amount based on 146 and some change? It's monthly payment, principal and interest. 7 years at 6%. And don't look at the answers. They're all over this worksheet. The loan amount. Well, it's a dead giveaway. The starting is 10 grand anyway. This is just a review of what we just did. Principal. This was what? 2 tutorials back? So this is a breeze. You know how to do this. Present value, you can use the present value function to do the exact same thing. What is the original principal amount based on 146.09 monthly P&I, 7 years, 6% compounded monthly? Over here, let's just read. You may pick up something here. The PV function can be used to calculate PV, present value. Function can be used to calculate the original loan amount given the loan term, interest rate, and periodic payment amount. Here, each one of these, we can solve for. So this little puppy here has a lot of flexibility. If we have 3 of the 4, then we can solve. Basic algebra. Loans consist of 4 primary components: the principal amount, the interest, the number of periods, and the amount of each payment. Given the other 3 loan components, the present value function can be used to calculate the original loan amount. If you have the original loan amount and the interest payment and the amount of each payment, well, we can figure out the periodic payments. In this example, we wanted to determine the principal amount of a loan with a 6% interest rate, 146.09, 72 payments. Rates, the periodic interest rate, we divide the value C5 by 12. Since 6% interest is calculated annually, 6 divided by 12, that's important. The number of periods for 7-year loan is determined by cell 7, which contains 84 monthly periods. Very important. You have to break down, if this is monthly, the rates, monthly payments, you have to break the loan down by monthly periods. Payment, the period to period payment, month to month. It could be annual, it could be quarterly, whatever you want. But if so, make sure you change the number of periods and the compounding. The payment here is 146.09. Payments in PV are traditionally entered as negative values. With these parameters, the PV function returns, let's go up here, 2 examples. Example 1, tutorial 443. Same thing. We're looking for cumulative principal. We use C5 to C8, which is rates. Notice we took the 6% divided by 12. Number of periods, C7. You could go 12 times 7. Guess what happens? If you change the term, you have to go back and adjust it. You could also term years and then put some kind of multiplier in there. You reference whatever that outcome is. For example, if it was compounding on a monthly basis, you would take 7 times 365. You can at least, whoever's reading the information can identify what you're attempting to get across. C7 is the number of periods, as I mentioned, PV. That's going to be C4, 10 grand. Your start period, 1. Your end period, C7, should be 84. And the type, 0. If you are not aware of the cum principle, and I handed this deal off to you and you said, okay, what are you trying to solve? Well, we used the present value and I didn't have this write up. Well, you can use this present value. It's going to follow the same steps, C5 by C8, which is the rate. We're dividing 6 by 12, number of periods, as I explained over here in the narrative. And that's going to be 84. And C6 is going to be payment. We don't have a present value. We don't know what the present value is, or do we? Well, yeah, we don't need it. We don't need the present value because the present value is going to be 10 grand. That's what we're trying to, up here, loan amount. Well, that's the present value. Easy peasy, right? Practice this thing. Get rid of this 10 grand. If I get rid of it, I'm going to blow up this cum principal function. This is what you want to do. You can afford so much for a new car. You can say $300. The interest rate is 9%. The term is 3 years. How much can I afford? On a bigger picture, payment, $4,000 over 30 years at an interest rate of, in reality, where interest rates are almost back to the average, the long-term average, not the free money of 2019 to 2022. We're back to reality. My monthly payments are $5,000 monthly. What's the max loan amount? If you plan to put 20% down, multiply that times 1.20. That will give you your purchasing price. We're going to do a full-blown mortgage deal, but there you go. Brad Williams, XL Prime. Williams out.